Welcome to another exciting and informative video, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're passionate about rare coins, coin history, and the hidden value of everyday currency, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story, value, and mystery behind the 1974 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that looks ordinary but could be worth a fortune in your pocket change. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover a piece of American history you might already own. Let's take a trip back in time to the year 1974. America was in the middle of political and economic shifts. The Watergate scandal was unraveling, inflation was rising, and copper prices were surging. It was during this time that the United States Mint was facing a tough challenge: how to continue producing the 1-cent coin without breaking the bank. Since 1909, the 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, had been made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But by 1973 and 1974, the cost of copper had soared, and producing each penny was becoming more expensive than the coin's actual face value. This prompted the U.S. Mint to explore cheaper alternatives. The result? In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum cents. That's right, over 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck by the Philadelphia Mint as trial pieces. But due to opposition from various groups, including pediatricians who worried that aluminum coins wouldn't show up on X-rays if swallowed by children, the aluminum cent program was scrapped. Almost all of these experimental coins were melted down, and only a few escaped destruction. Today, those aluminum 1974 cents are considered extremely rare and illegal to own, as they were never officially released into circulation. Only about a dozen are known to exist, and most are held by government or private collections. If one appears on the open market, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly even over $1 million. But what about the regular 1974 Liberty 1-cent coins, the ones most of us have come across in our change jars? The 1974 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; San Francisco, marked with an S. The total number of 1974 cents minted is astonishing: more than 8.6 billion coins in total. Philadelphia Mint struck over 4.2 billion coins. Denver produced over 4 billion coins. San Francisco struck over 412 million coins, mostly for collector sets because of such high mintage numbers. The 1974 Lincoln cent is very common in circulation, and in average circulated condition, it's still only worth its face value of 1 cent. However, don't be discouraged. The true value lies in the quality, condition, and rare errors. A 1974 penny in mint state, MS condition, especially graded MS 65 or higher, can fetch between $5 to $25, depending on the mint mark and market demand. But wait, there's more. Some rare errors can push the value even higher. Here are the top valuable variations and errors to look for. Double die obverse: look for doubling in the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, or the date. These can sell for hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes: if the coin was not properly aligned during minting, it may have part of the design missing. Values can range from $50 to $200 plus. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin is literally clipped off. These are collector favorites. High-grade proof coins from San Francisco. These coins were struck for collectors and can be worth $1 to $10 or more, depending on condition. Let's talk current market values as of 2025. A regular 1974 Philadelphia or Denver penny in MS 65 is worth about $5 to $10. A 1974 S-proof penny can sell for $5 to $20. Depending on grade. A verified double die error or rare minting mistake can go for $100 to over $500. And if you were ever to come across a genuine 1974 aluminum cent, its estimated value could reach $250,000 to $2 million, though it may be seized due to legal restrictions. So, next time you're digging through your pocket change, keep an eye out for that 1974 Lincoln cent. It might look like an ordinary copper coin, but its story is rich, its history is deep, and its value could surprise you. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey through history, economics, and sometimes, unexpected fortune. Thanks for watching today's video on the amazing 1974 Liberty 1 cent coin. If you learned something new or enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another coin story. Got a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins hiding right in your pockets. If you love coin collecting or you're just curious whether that old penny in your drawer is worth a fortune, you've come to the right place. Today, we're talking about a small but mighty piece of American coinage, the Liberty 1 cent from the year 1981. This little copper coin might look ordinary, but its story, value, and hidden rarities make it one of the most fascinating coins from the 1980s. The history of the Liberty 1 cent 1981 inch. Let's start with a little background. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which began all the way back in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was the first American coin to feature a real person's portrait. For decades, it has been a staple in American pockets. By 1981, these pennies were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which is important because just 1 year later in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to the rising cost of copper. That makes the 1981 penny one of the last true copper Lincoln cents. Mint locations and circulation numbers. In 1981, the Liberty 1 cent was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Let's look at how many were made. Philadelphia Mint, over 7.5 billion coins. Denver Mint, over 5.4 billion coins. San Francisco Proofs, around 4.06 million coins. That means the 1981 penny is not rare in general circulation. But wait, keep watching. Because some specific coins from this year can be extremely valuable due to mint errors and collector demand. Key varieties and errors to look for. Now here's where things get exciting. If you own a 1981 penny, flip it under a magnifying glass and look closely. You might just strike gold if you find one of these rare errors. Double die obverse, look for doubling in the words Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1981. Some of these have sold for hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. A penny that is off-center by 10% to 90% is a minting error, and collectors pay big for clean examples, sometimes up to $250 or more. BIE error. This is when a small vertical die break appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like Liberty. These quirky flaws can sell for $5 to $50. Proof coins. If you have a 1981 S proof in pristine condition, especially graded PR69 or PR70, these can be worth $20 to over $100 depending on demand and the quality of the strike. Metal value and the copper factor. Now let's talk about the metal content. Because this penny was made from 95% copper, its melt value alone is worth more than face value. As of now, the copper content of a single 1981 penny is worth around 2.5 to 3 cents, depending on the copper market. It's illegal to melt down pennies for their metal value in the US. But this gives you an idea of how inflation and metal prices have impacted even the most common coins. Current market value. Alright, so how much is a 1981 Liberty 1 cent worth today? In circulated condition, Most are worth 1 to 5 cents due to high mintage. In uncirculated condition, MS65 and above, they can fetch $1 to $10. Proof versions, 1981s, and high grades can sell for $20 to $150 or more. Error coins like double dies or off-center strikes can bring in $100 to $500 plus, depending on rarity and condition. Collectors are especially interested in coins that are certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, so if you think your 1981 penny is special, consider getting it graded. Should you keep it or sell it? If you have a clean, shiny, well-preserved 1981 Liberty 1 cent, it's worth holding on to, especially if it's an error coin or a proof. Even if it's a regular one, copper pennies are becoming more collectible over time. Many collectors are now hoarding pre-1982 copper cents for their future potential value. So, that little penny from 1981 might just be worth more than you think. Whether it's a rare error, a shiny proof, or just a beautiful piece of American coin history, the Liberty 1 cent 1981 deserves a place in your collection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment below if you have a 1981 penny and tell us what kind it is. Maybe you're sitting on a treasure and don't even know it. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and who knows, the next coin you find might just change your life.